Hello students, it's me, your instructor Al Trujillo, and I wanted to show you a little bit about what our offshore continental borderland looks like. I'm going to use Google Earth, and it's a really cool program. It's available for download for free, but you can view really any place. So let me zoom in first of all to Palomar College Escondido Center. It's going to turn the globe, and wow, it zooms right in there. There's Escondido. There's Escondido Center, and zoom in just a little bit more and you can see the main building. There's the big tower. It's kind of interesting. You actually see individual cars here. Maybe that's your car. It's in there in the back parking lots and some other things. I'm going to zoom now to the main campus. Zoom out and zoom back in. And let's see if we zoom out just a little bit more. Be able to see, here's Highway 78 here. Here's the P on the mountain. They look steeper than what they normally are, because what they really are, because of vertical exaggeration. So I've got vertical exaggeration set to accentuate the topography. But let's zoom back in. And it is kind of interesting. You can get to real street level stuff with this as well. You can see the dome, and you zoom in a little bit more. You can see the student union, some of the new buildings that are on campus here. But I wanted to take you offshore for a little tour, so let's go to Oceanside Pier. And here's Oceanside Pier, City of Oceanside. Let's kind of turn this around and look offshore. And there we go. So we've got some of the offshore islands out there. I want to take you beneath the waves. So let's take you beneath the waves. And splash right underneath here. And this is a little tricky, but I'm going to drag this into view. Now our offshore area, it's called a continental borderland. It's influenced by the fact that we have the San Andreas Fault close by, and we have a lot of parallel faults. But I'm going to zoom around in here a little bit, kind of look around and show you that it's really not very flat. It's looking back towards land. This is still all on the continental shelf, but you can see all the relief. There's a big submarine canyon right there, by the way. That's the Carlsbad submarine canyon. And there's another submarine canyon. But what I want to do, let me get back to about where we were, looking further offshore here. And I want to kind of drag this through to show you. And again, the topography is exaggerated, but the idea here is we've got submarine canyons, we've got banks, we have, well, banks are shallowly submerged areas. We have deep basins. We have islands that come up above sea level. We have all this relief. It's anything but flat. Kind of reminds me of the game Chutes and Ladders. You got deep basins, and then you got these. There's a bank right there. You've got these basins. You've got these banks, and you've got islands. There's another bank we're flying over right now. So this thing is quite wide, the continental borderland, and let's kind of zoom back out and kind of have a view of it here. And it's very, very different than most continental shelves. And if we zoom out a little bit more, you can actually see. Let me put some labels on, actually. Let's see. We'll put the islands on, and San Diego Bay we'll put on there. So it's really anything but flat. Whole series of ridges, and they're actually faults here is really what they are, that comprise the Southern California borderland. So here's our continental shelf. It goes way out, and very much high relief all through. Let me compare that with Florida. We'll zoom over to Florida and give you an idea what a more typical continental shelf looks like. Look at that, flat as a pancake. Couple hundred miles wide, but really, really flat. Here's the tip of Florida. So that's what it looks like for a typical shelf. Very different than our offshore, high relief continental borderland.